I would say a large majority of the college student athletes now at all three levels of the NCAA come out of the club scene.
That college athletic director says youth club sports have now changed the way that colleges recruit their athletes. Parents spend thousands of dollars for their kids to play on club teams and be seen by college coaches around the country. The probability of competing in the sports beyond high school, though, is low, and FOX43 reveals the tough odds student athletes are up against for a shot to play in college or go pro.
The NCAA says about 2% of high school athletes go on to play at the top level of college sports. Despite those odds, parents spend thousands of dollars so their kids can play on club teams for a shot at a college scholarship. FOX43 reveals the cost to compete on youth club sports and the chances of a big payoff.
All the way back. Good. No hands, no hands. Try to stop with your feet.
Coach Nick Hostetter kicks off practice with his team of young soccer stars.
I work with quite a few age groups. My son's team, actually, which is U6, to 11s, 12s, 13s, and 14s.
Each field at Classics Park in Penn Township unlocking new levels of talent.
I think every player and every level of player has different goals. It might be to play on their school soccer team. It might be just to make their school soccer team. It might be to play professional.
It's easy to score the benefits of youth club sports. The multi-billion-dollar industry has transformed what it means to be a student athlete. Players hone their skills year-round, competing against teams from all over the country.
That is a huge piece of it. Get your kids training with the best players in the area, bring in the best competition so that we can get a measuring stick as to how we're stacking up, have the best coaches.
The price to play is steep. FOX43 reveals that parents spend anywhere from $500 to more than $1,000 every month on club sports. The golden ticket? A shot at a college scholarship.
I would say a large majority of the college student athletes now at all three levels of the NCAA come out of the club scene.
Mike Mattia, Executive Director of Athletics at Gettysburg College, says club sports have changed the way colleges recruit. Coaches are scouting athletes at club tournaments versus high school games.
Now they spend their time traveling all over the country, going and watching these club teams play each other, and they have more of a relationship with the club coaches than they do the high school coaches.
Players are up against tough odds. FOX43 reveals that roughly 6.5% of athletes who play baseball or softball in high school compete in college. Around 6% of high school soccer athletes play in college, and only 4% of high school basketball players make it on a college team. About 1% of those athletes go pro. There are other setbacks to the cost of competing year-round in youth club sports.
Our athletic trainers are definitely seeing these overuse injuries, things that you would typically see in a 40-year-old for playing their sport for a number of years that we're now seeing in 18 to 20-year-olds.
Club teams are taking note, giving student athletes longer breaks during the summer and winter months. Despite the risks, families say they can't put a price on teamwork, discipline, and perseverance learned on the field.
In my mind, the life lessons that are learned in sports are remarkable, and these are the things that 90% of our kids will carry throughout.
It is still possible to make it on a college team without competing in youth club sports. A college athletic director shared tips on how to get a coach to notice you. You can see that interview on FOX43.com. FOX43 reveals issues that affect you and your family to keep you informed. If you have a topic you want me to investigate, send me an email at FOX43Reveals@FOX43.com.